Folks, that's just over 1,000 pounds on the deadlift there, 1,018.5 pounds to be exact. Folks, you know the deal. Every week we make sure we bring you a tough guy. You ever find yourself stuck under a car? Need to carry a piano up like 8 flights of stairs, or if your 18-wheeler runs out of fuel, I got the guy for you. 2017 World's Strongest Man, 6 times UK Strongest Man, and honestly one of the greatest showmen to ever set foot in the competitive strength stage. Eddie the Beast Hall, sir, honor to have you on.
How are you, mate? You okay? Good morning, America.
So I got to say, you have been one of my lifting idols for the better part of a decade. So it's a real honor to have you on. I was saying to the camera guy right before this, like, I'm actually really nervous to have this guy on right now. But, you know, you entered the stage as an unlikely candidate. You started your career in competitive swimming, and somehow between then and now, you deadlifted over 1,000 pounds. Talk about that journey.
Well, I mean, being a competitive swimmer is something that is very hard. Being on like Olympic, I was on like the junior Olympic team, and then it was actually I stopped swimming and I got really depressed. And it was actually that I started lifting weights that I started to feel better about myself and get my life back on track. And I suppose that void filler became a very obsessive hobby. And then I set some goals, and then I became the world's strongest man.
Just like that, no big deal. Now, I do very amateur competitive powerlifting, and I realize that I eat about 10,000 calories a day. Talk to us about what it takes to maintain the level of size and weight that you have to compete at your level.
I mean, on that video there you're watching, I was 430 pounds there. So, you know, I'm a big man. And you're talking, you know, I did a study with a university once, and if I were to just sit in a chair and do nothing for a whole day, I would still burn 5,500 calories. So imagine what I'm burning just sat down. So imagine me getting up, walking about, doing day-to-day chores, you know, going to the gym, 12,500 calories plus easily on a day-to-day basis every single day.
That's just incredible. And I've seen some of the documentaries where it's like, you know, breakfast, 24 eggs and 3 chickens. Like, you measure your food in kilograms, not in ounces like everybody else. So let's talk about what it means to be tough. I mean, there is no question about this. I mean, like, that deadlift that we just showed in the beginning was you after like 2 hours of sleep, flying to South Africa, after formally competing for another record somewhere else. Not that one, but the one we originally played. You did that on like 2 hours of sleep. Arnold comes out of nowhere, gives you the fist bump. You get the weight up. Like, what does being tough mean to you?
Well, being tough is everything. It's not just a physical being. It's a mental being. You know, you've got to get up every day and do your very best to be the best you can be, being consistent. So I guess being tough is, you know, you go through the failures, you go through the lows in life, and it's how you pick yourself back up. You got to bear in mind, this lift in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger here, this was, I think, 6 months earlier, I lifted the world record deadlift and I dropped it and I was disallowed it. So this was off the back of a massive failure. You know, I use that failure as fuel to come back bigger and stronger and prove what I can do.
Yeah. I mean, that is a remarkable thing. And in a day and age, like, look, I was a former Navy SEAL. I consider myself no stranger to toughness, but this is a new level. And in today's day and age, you see everybody gets a trophy. And, you know, people are congratulated for losses and, oh, it's okay, it's about how you feel and stuff like this. Sometimes you got to give them the hard reality. What hard reality do you have for folks out there that just have never been challenged or don't want to be challenged?
I think you're quite right. I think, you know, people are sort of peppered up these days. I just think failure is a part of life. You know, you've got to go through those setbacks. You've got to go through those lows. You've got to go through those failures, because that's how you learn. I always say you don't lose in life. You either win or you learn. And sometimes, as you can see there, you know, I won the world's strongest man, but you got to remember, I think I lost 6 years in a row until I won the world's strongest man. So you've got to go through those failures. You've got to learn what your weaknesses are. You've got to learn what you've got to improve on day in, day out. So, you know, when these losses do come, embrace them. You know, they're there for a reason. They're there to make you a better person.
Yeah, especially when you achieve as much as you have. Real quick, I got about a minute left. You've turned a new corner and you've gone into boxing a little bit. I've watched some of these videos. I'd really rather not get hit by you.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of boxing. It's put a pin in it for now. It's something I'm going to pick up next year. But again, I think after the winning the World's Strongest Man, it's setting new challenges. It's what to do next, and that's a big question mark for me. And again, I mean, even after winning the World's Strongest Man, there was a massive low in my life. I lost purpose, and getting some purpose back now is a big thing.
Well, Eddie, real honor to have you on, sir. You are always welcome. I think I have a king-size bed that might be big enough in my guest room for you, so you're always welcome in Connecticut if you ever make your way over to this side of the pond.
Thank you very much. You take care, buddy.
Honor to have you on, sir.
Thank you.
JP Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.